So, in one of the sessions that I attended, you defined life as BCD, which means birth to death and the choices that we make. We make choices to attain some goals, but all goals are not easily attainable. We do face some resistance or adversity. So, what is adversity and how do we get the right perspective on it?
It's there in your question itself. We face difficulty. Difficulty is adversity. Degree of difficulty varies. So you have adversity of a higher degree because you have to surmount or overcome several obstacles of um, greater depth or greater height. And then the adversity is more. How do I get over adversity is an important subject because you are still thinking of getting over adversity. That means you still are committed to your goal. Many people in the face of adversity just give up the goal. So they don't move forward. So the most important part of your question is how do I face adversity and reach my goal?
Yeah, basically, whether we should freeze or face it.
You should face it. How to face it will depend on the goal and the situation. Adversities cannot be put into a box and defined. If this is called adversity. Adversity will vary. For example, you are a school kid. The adversity is a particular subject, maybe mathematics. So unless you do well in mathematics, the chances of scoring high overall diminish because those are high scoring subjects. The science subjects are high scoring subjects. There are definitive answers. Unlike language, which is subjective. Science subjects are objective. So if your objective is logical, reasonable, then you come at the correct answer. Once you come at the correct answer, there is no scope for any teacher to cut your marks. So you score high. So this is one kind of adversity you will face as a child in your school days. Then you go into the university. You are in that exciting phase of life, the transition from adolescence to adulthood. Different challenges, different adversities, um, peer pressures, which was a lesser degree in the school because you were not socially that aware in the school. But as you go up into college education, you start suddenly becoming conscious of your economic status, your community status, your religious status. All these factors start coming in. Add to that your academic ability, your sporting ability. So multiple facets will pose multiple types of problems, and depending on your priorities and importance in life, you will face adversities of different degrees in each of these facets. So suppose you are academically oriented and you find that people from different schools have come and congregated in one college. So now the competition is not your school level competition, it has now increased. People from different backgrounds have come. People with higher inputs have come. So your adversity has increased. Or it could work the other way around. You may be in the top echelons of the college group. So you will consider the college much easier. So your adversity in school was more because your school was a top-notch school and you had more competition in the school. When you came to the college, all your competitors from the school have gone to different colleges. You came to a college which doesn't have that level of intelligence level. So your competition has reduced, your adversity has reduced. Both things can happen. And the same principle or logic can be applied to various aspects of your multi-dimensional life as you keep growing up. Then you enter into the earning phase of your life, whether it is employment or business. So there is competition. Competition is always an adversity because you have to put in that much extra effort to overcome the competition. Even if you're an employee, there is a competition for promotion, higher positions, higher salaries, higher perquisites. So you're constantly at it At various stages, the goalpost keeps changing, but adversity is there. And if there is no adversity, then where is the challenge in life?
So, how do we put in the right perspective, like whether we should fear and
Enjoy the adversity. The first key to anything in life is joy. The minute you lose joy, you lose interest. So learn to enjoy whatever you do in life. Now, how to learn to enjoy? That can be a tough question. And I'm asking the question on your behalf because I'm anticipating this question from you. How do I learn to be joyful? By training yourself through the process of chanting. Chanting is something which people do not give enough value to. Chanting is like learning your tables, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. You chanted these tables multiple times, and today they are part and parcel of your memory. It comes automatically. If I ask you to recite a table of 2 ones are 2, you will do it like this. Same thing doesn't happen with a table of 19 or 17, because you have not chanted so often. So when you start chanting to yourself positive things, they become part of your life. Once you start saying, there is no difficulty that I cannot overcome, instead of saying, Arey yaar, ye bhi difficulty face karni hai. So there are two aspects. Any difficulty, whether it is small or big, you have two possibilities. Arey yaar, ye difficult hai. Or there is no difficulty that I cannot overcome. Now you choose what to chant. If you have been chanting, Arey yaar, ye difficulty hai, you will be always feeling depressed in the face of adversity. But if you have been chanting, no difficulties insurmountable, kuch bhi aane do, dekh lenge. You meet both kinds of people in life, na? People who are constantly catching their forehead and saying, Arey yaar, and people are saying, theek hai yaar, dekh lenge. Isn't it? That's the key.
so you're suggesting that we face adversity and not basically fear it and freeze?
Fear and flee is a defeatist attitude. Do you want to be a defeatist in life? That's for you to answer. That's for everybody to answer. I mean, each one has to on his own answer this question. Do you want to be a defeatist in life? If no, then face the adversity.
So by facing adversity, we are going to build resilience within ourselves, right? Because if we constantly keep on facing adversity, we will build something inside us. There will be some changes taking place. Now, is this actually our strength or is it a weakness?
It's a strength because if you're constantly facing weights in the gym, you're going to build muscle. The higher the weights you lift, the bigger the muscles will grow up to your potential. Beyond that potential, your muscles will not grow. Right? So, adversity is like the weights. The weight is difficult to pick up. When you first went to the gym, it was very difficult to pick up. Then with practice with smaller weights, you slowly graduated to higher weights. The higher you went up in weights, the bigger your muscles became, the stronger your body became. So adversity is similar. By constantly indulging in overcoming adversities, you are becoming a more resilient and stronger person. No doubt about that. What you need is perseverance, endurance, and patience. We don't persevere. We give up. Arey yaar, कौन उठाएगा, छोड़ना. Or we are not patient enough. अरे इतना उठा रहा हूं, अभी तक मसल नहीं बना, छोड़. So we don't have perseverance, we don't have patience. And then बहुत दर्द कर रहा है यार, छोड़ो. Then we don't have endurance. Three important words in anybody's life: patience, perseverance, endurance. अगर ये तीन चीजें नहीं है, then your success is limited.
What happens if the adversity is self-created?
When you are in the well mujhe maar situation, you like to create that kind of a situation where you are happy, आंसू भरी है जीवन की राह. You want sympathy of people. You want people to pity you. That's why you have created an adversity for you. The situation may not be as bad as you are trying to project it to be. पता है मेरी जिंदगी में क्या होता है? So it's a self-created adversity. होगा छोटा, आप बड़ा बना रहे हो. Whatever be the adversity, whether it is self-created or whether it is situational or whether it is time-created, are you interested in the goal? That is the key question. If you are not interested in the goal, if you are not committed to the goal, if you do not have the integrity to reach the goal, any adversity can destroy you.